Soulatluk. Soulatluk. So did you hear my computerized voice?
I hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
But did you hear the computer me?
Yes.
Okay. Whoa, progress. Okay. We have to make sure all the technical stuff is there. Okay. So our lesson today is about dua da.
Dua
Dua dak.
da.
Dua dak.
Da.
Da.
Dua da.
Hey. So
Dua.
what that means is, where does he live? Where does she live? Where does it live? Okay. Dua da. We'll go slow and easy. First, we'll start with a quick introduction of ourselves, and then we'll get into questions of dua da. Okay?
Hot what low? Hot what low?
Hot what low?
Hot what low?
Hot what low?
Hello.
Hot
Hot
what low? Yep.
Hot what low?
I blurred out our child's face because they've been requesting that their faces be blurred lately. Okay. And that's Elizabeth Hernandez, Soulatluk manager, practicing these phrases with us in that picture. And her big sister is actually in the recording saying hot what low. Okay. So hot what low, hello.
Beatnak. Beatnak.
Beatnak, Linica. Beatnak, Linica.
Beatnik. Beatnik. Diane.
Yay! Okay, so the person with the red hair there that I see on my screen, Shuaritnam.
Shuarinum.
Shuaritnam.
Shuaritnam. That's the question that you ask the next person. Shuaritnam.
Beatnak, Nina.
Well, yeah. Okay. You want to try asking that question maybe to Diane?
Okay. Shua Rinam.
Renuk Diane.
Hey, well, yeah. Beatnak. Beatnak, my name.
Renuk.
And then,
Renuk Diane.
would you like to try asking the question to me?
Shua. How do you say? Shua.
Beatnam.
Renum.
Beatnak. Beatnak Linica. Beatnak Linica. Yeah. Hot what low Diane. Hot what low Nina.
Linica.
So and Marnie had too much
Shuaritnam.
going on today, so we don't get to greet her. Okay, this long word here, I'm going to play it so we can hear native speaker pronunciation, and then we'll try the phrase, okay?
Taratali. Taratali.
So taratali.
Taratali.
Taratali. You don't taratali. Yeah, I kind of, in my mind, I break it up in a couple of chunks. Taratali. What that means is a person who belongs to a place. So it's how you talk about kind of your origins, where you're from. And so Yil, Arkansas. Taratali. Yil, Arkansas. Taratali. Nina?
Yale, Monterey, Dolly.
Oh, you're from Monterey. Monterey, Taratali. Diane, did you want to try telling us where you're from or where you belong, however you like to think of it?
Modesto, Dolly.
Yeah, Taratali.
Dolly.
Yeah, Taratali. So I've included these little QR codes, and when I make the printables, and I have the audio embedded in the PowerPoint, so you can hear Della Prince say that, you know, however many times you need to if you want to practice it. But Taratali, person who belongs to whatever place. It's a way of talking about, you know, where you're from, where you belong. So I live here, but that's a different thing. I can't say Jaruchichi, Eureka, Daratalish, because I'm not from here. So I say Arkansas, Daratalish. Okay. And we've been practicing, Nina and I go out and teach the kids at Table Bluff every week. And we've been practicing trying to say the name for Table Bluff, and you know, Wiki, the Bay, and areas around there too. So it takes practice. It's a long-term project. Okay. Okay. So I call this part Soulatluk because I don't know how to say pronunciation in Soulatluk. So I say, let's practice talking.
Soulatluk.
That's just for you.
Soulatluk.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about trying to remember that. That's just what I'm calling this. So we're trying to incorporate just a little chunk of pronunciation every lesson. And so this week it's the sound. We spell it with just the letter U. And it's the same way that the letter U spells the sound in bug in English. That's the kind of sound we're looking for. No other sounds, you know, we use that same letter to spell at least two or three sounds in English, but we're just using it for the sound. In Soulatluk, so bug, or sometimes it's real short and it's just like the first sound of the in about. Okay, but Okay, so we have a few words and we'll just practice saying them. Okay, we'll listen to native speakers say it and then we can each try repeating it. Okay, so our first one.
Hush. Hush.
Huss. Huss.
Hush.
Nina?
Hush.
Huss.
I thought you said, I just couldn't hear you. It wasn't getting into my headphones that fast.
Hush.
Okay, Huss. Yeah,
Huss.
not too bad. I chose short words for these. Okay.
A muss. A muss.
Okay, so muss.
Must.
Mhm.
Yes.
Muss.
Must.
Okay, so there's two ways to pronounce this one. That's the first way. Here's the other one.
The word for fire.
Was. Was.
Must.
Bus.
Must.
Bus.
Must.
Yeah. So you could choose if you like must better, you can always call it must. If you like bus better, you can always call it bus. They're interchangeable. They mean the same thing. If you want to just change it up and say, you know, use both of them sometimes, that's fine too, because it looks like native speakers would sometimes say one, sometimes say the other. It doesn't change the meaning. So must
Must.
or bus.
Must.
Either way, there's a lot of word pairs that you'll see like this that can be either m or a v. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change it. Okay.
Was. Was.
Quas.
Was.
Hush.
Quas. So it rhymes with hus and mus. Quas.
Hush.
Was.
Quas. Quas. Yeah, that's our hill. So there are short words in Soulatluk. Quas. Okay. Here's another one. You can choose which way you prefer to say it.
A mopped. A mopped.
So mupped.
Mupped. Mupped.
Mupped.
The T is silent.
No, the T is pronounced. That recording is old. It's like 70 years old. It's from the mid 50s. So you can't always hear it really well. But if you're listening real close with the sound up with headphones on, you can hear it. And they don't sort of swallow any sounds the way that we do in English. So mupped.
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 Yeah.
Mopped.
Mupped.
The other way. So that was even harder to hear because it's the even older recording of Weaver Denman, but vupped.
Mupped.
Mopped.
Vupped.
Mupped.
Mopped.
Vupped.
What. What.
What?
Watk.
What?
Yeah. What?
What?
That's a traditional Thule mat for sleeping on, resting on. What?
What?
Mhm.
What?
And last.
Shut. Shut.
Klutk.
Cluck.
Klutk. Klutk. It's hard to line up all those sounds together. Klutk. I'm spitting on my desk as I say it, so klutk. Okay.
Watk.
This is a pretty common word. It'll come up again and again. Klutk. Mhm. Okay, and so the point of these is just to practice the sounds. If you remember the meanings, great, that's a bonus, but we're really just trying to get our tongue around some of the sounds and sound combinations, okay? So if you don't remember these, or if you just want to pick out the one that's most interesting to you to try to remember, that's great. They're always there. All these pronunciation words are on the website anytime. Okay. Okay. So a couple of phrases. I'm calling this section Datiga Dalil, but that's just my title. You don't have to worry about it. I use that to mean like as a way of talking about everyday expressions, what is often said. Okay. So we're trying to introduce a couple of Datiga Dalil useful expressions in every class that we can try and add to our little repertoire. So first one's really easy. Woo.
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 Rhymes with you, like me and you. Woo.
Woo.
Uh-huh. And that is what you answer when someone calls your name. It's like, here I am. So Nina,
Woo.
Diane.
Woo.
Yeah, somebody call me.
Woo.
Somebody call me.
Litica.
Woo. Okay, so that's just a way to answer. When your name is called, woo, here I am.
Woo.
Okay. Next one, we might try to remember this in case we get confused today. Shukta. Shukta.
Shukta.
Shukta.
Shukta.
Like, what'd you say? What's that? Shukta.
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 Shukta. What'd you say? Didn't quite catch that. Shukta. Okay. So those are our handy little expressions. Okay. Okay, so here's where we get into our question, back to our question that was the name of today's lesson. And we're going to look at 3 pictures here and just practice these 3 short phrases. This one.
Volok. Volok.
Volok. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Volok.
Volok. Mhm. Now you'll see I also have it with M, so if you like that better, you can say mulak.
Molak.
We only had audio for volak, but both are fine. Okay. Means in the house, around the house, at the house, near the house. Okay. Volak. Molak. Either way. Mhm. Okay. Okay, one more place. Let's see.
Shurak.
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 Shurok.
Yeah. Shurak. That QH at the end is it's very breathy. Shurak. Okay.
Shurak.
Mhm. And it means in the ocean, at the beach, or on the beach, the shore, so sort of ocean, shore, beach, in or at or on or around that place. Okay. Shurak.
Shurak.
Shurok.
Yeah.
Shurak.
Okay, last location.
Matiwak. Matiwak.
Okay, so she kind of said it both ways. Yeah.
Matiwak.
Mati wak or vati wak. whichever way you prefer.
Matiwak.
Matiwak.
Vadiwak.
Yep, Matiwak. Either way.
So, Lenica, why are there two words for the same thing?
It's not two words. It's just the M and the V are treated as if they're the same sound.
Okay.
It's just really variable, and one speaker might say it one way one day and another way another day, or might say it one speaker might usually say it with an M and the other one usually says it with a V. It's not a dialect thing though. What I think is really happening is they're very similar sounds. So in Soulatluk, in English, when we say a V sound, we kind of touch our teeth to our lip, our bottom lip, V. But that's not the Soulatluk V. It's like Spanish where your two lips come together, no teeth. V, v, v. I don't know if you can see me. V. And so if you are either trying to say an M and your lips don't quite close, it'll come out sounding like a V. Or if you're trying to say V and your lips go a little too far and they close, you'll get an M. So I'm not actually convinced that native speakers would have felt that they were even different sound. So, but it's not two words, it's just two ways to say it. And I don't like to say, oh, Stella Prince's way is the best way, so we're going to ignore the other one. So I like to let people choose.
Vadiwak.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know. For me, the M's are easier to say, but some of them I gravitate towards the M, some I gravitate towards the V. Maybe just because I've heard one way more often than the other, looking at all the data, but either one is absolutely fine. Okay.
In the forest.
Yeah, it means in the forest, in the woods.
Vadiwak.
So we got our three places. We got Wolak or Molak.
Wolak.
We got Shurak.
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 And we got Matiwak or Vatiwak. Three places. That's what we keep in mind.
Matiwak. Matiwak.
Okay. So then here come our animals. Okay. Cat.
Cat.
Kit.
Cat.
Cat. Cat. Cat. Cat. Cat.
Some young Wiyot people are saying this. This was just borrowed straight from English, so it sounds almost like English. Okay. Unusual because most animal names, most words, were, even if it was something that was introduced by white settlers, Wiyot speakers would make a new Soulatluk word, but not for this one. Cat.
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 So now we're coming back to our question. Cat. Dua dog. Cat. Dua dog. Nina, what do you think? Well, actually,
Dua
I
dog.
told you wouldn't have to guess in this one. Sorry.
Duadak.
Too soon for guessing. Hold on. We'll let the computer tell us. Okay.
Wolak. Wolak.
At least this cat lives Wolak. Okay, a lot of them do, right? Okay, so the question cat, Dua dog. Where does the cat live?
Wolak.
Dua means where, dog, he, she, it lives. Okay, cat, Dua dog. Okay, so Nina, you want to answer that question for me? The word we just heard?
Cat. Wolak. Dog.
Oh, you're ahead of the game. Yeah. Cat, Wolak, dog. That's how you could answer the full sentence. You could just give that answer, Wolak, right?
Wolak.
In a house. Or you could say cat, Wolak, dog. Or again, that could be Molak. I didn't write both ways, but it could be that. So that's how you say cat, the cat, lives in a house.
Oh, okay.
Cat, Wolak, dog. All right. Try this one. Nina, do you want to ask the question this time? And
Okay.
So this is our animal.
Wiyot. Wiyot.
Wiyot.
Wiyot.
Wiyot.
Wiyot.
Wiyot.
I love Wiyot.
Wiyot.
Mhm.
Wiyot's dua dog.
Ah, dua dog. I have to think about this.
Wiyot.
Wiyot. Dua dog. Hmm. Aha.
Soulatluk. Soulatluk.
Soulatluk.
Yeah.
Wiyot. Soulatluk.
Yeah. So if you wanted to make a whole sentence, right? Wiyot Soulatluk dog.
Soulatluk.
Wiyot's bulldog dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you notice those last two words kind of rhyme, right? Wiyot Soulatluk dog.
Soulatluk. Duck.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that means the dog or dogs live in a house. And I should just point out here, that could mean the dog, a dog, dogs. It's just the same word, doesn't have plural, doesn't have the, just means dog. So it could be one dog, more than one dog. This would be the same, we'd give the same answer if we meant a dog lives in the house, the dog lives in the house, dogs live in houses, doesn't change. Wiyot Soulatluk dog. Okay. Oh, this is a lovely animal.
Soulatluk. 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 Soulatluk.
Hashak.
Look.
Yeah, hashak.
Hashak.
Hashak. That LH is a tricky sound. We don't have it in English. If you put your tongue in the same position that you would for a regular English L, but just turn off your voice box and blow air out the sides. So I tell the kids that it's like when your cat gets angry and they hiss at you. So it's not quite a sh like SH. It's not quite a th like TH. Something else. But your tongue is in that L position. You're just blowing air. So I have the tip of my tongue at the roof of my mouth close to my teeth. But it does take a lot of practice. I don't know if you're familiar with the Welsh language, but they have this, they spell it LL. Hashak.
Hashak.
Yeah. Okay. Hashak. Lots of those around here. Hashak. Dua dog. Hashak.
In the forest.
Dua dog.
Look. Dua dog.
Wiyot. Wiyot.
Aha. Waya. Matiwak. Or Vatiwak. Hashak. Matiwak dog. It's a mouthful.
Hashak. Madiwak dog.
Yep. Hashak. Matiwak dog. So, Hashak, the deer. Matiwak, in the forest. Dog, it lives. Hashak. Matiwak dog.
Oh, thank goodness you're not giving us a test.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. It's just just practice, practice, and more practice. And somebody said this, I might be repeating myself, but somebody said this to me once and it really made an impression that you have to speak badly before you can speak well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't speak well if you don't first speak not that great. It's the only way you can get through it. Okay. Okay, so that's how we say the hashak lives in the forest. Oh, this guy.
Soulatluk. Soulatluk.
Soulash.
Soulatluk.
Pizza.
Soulatluk. Little stop there where the apostrophe is. Soulatluk.
Soulash.
Soulatluk. Yep.
Soulash.
Pizza. Lock.
Soulash.
Okay. Nina, you want to ask this question?
Soulash.
Lock. Do a dog.
Ah, Soulatluk. Dua dog. I wonder.
Lotion.
Oh,
Matiwak. Matiwak.
Madiwak.
Muddy.
Madiwak. Huh. Soulatluk. Madiwak dog.
Pizza.
Soulatluk.
Muddy walk. Dog.
It's a lot of syllables.
Madi.
Yeah. I will post all of this for you, Day, and I'm not just gonna throw a bunch of syllables at you and just let you try to remember it. I always make printouts and things. Okay. Okay. How about this guy?
Sup. Sup.
Suck.
Suck.
Suck. Suck. What dog? I wonder. Bulak? Matiwak?
Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Shorak.
Shorak.
Sure.
Shorak.
Shorak.
Suck. Shurak dog.
Suck. Sure. Dog.
I put on the beach in the ocean because I'm not sure if you ask Mr. Sup, I'm not sure which one you would consider his primary home. But you see them in both places, so probably depends on what kind of sup too. Sup, shurak dog. And in Soulatluk, we don't have to commit. It could be on the land, it could be in the water, because they're both shurak. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Biman. Biman.
Mimaten. Mimaten. This is a question I was going to ask Nina. When I listen to that, I almost think I'm hearing both M and V.
Oh, me.
I'm not sure.
Biman. Biman.
I feel like the first one's a little more M and the second one's a little more V, but they're really close. And that's what this is. It's just sometimes it comes out one way, sometimes it comes out the other way. Mimaten, but I think you could say Vimaten too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I hear the V Martin with the V too.
Biman. Biman.
It's really hard sometimes for me to tell the difference. Okay. I know that the M is what it's because other speakers said it with an M, but I really feel like I'm hearing her say it also with a V. So Mimaten, Vimaten. Okay. Oh.
Mima. Dewa. Duck.
Yay! You read us the question. So Mimaten Dua Da. Okay.
Mima.
Surprising everyone.
Shorak.
Mima.
Sure.
Shorak.
Mima. Shorak. Duck.
Yeah, I hear that. Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to say it
No,
wrong.
it's wonderful. I can't see your face, so but I hear you in the background.
Sure.
It's wonderful. I love to hear it. Mimaten, Shorak Dak. And you see I have these little QR codes scattered around that so that once I post this, if you wanted to just print it out or have it on your screen, you can see each part of the sentence has its own little QR code. So this one over here with the picture of the little critter has the mountain word, and then over here with the beach, it's got Shurak, and then dock was up in the corner. So you can piece together this sentence from those audio after the fact. Mountain, Shurak, dock. So it's a way you could check your pronunciation, remind yourself. Yeah, so mountain lives Shurak, right? In the ocean, usually. Probably not on the beach that much.
Jawarache. Jawarache.
Jawarachi.
Jawarachi.
Jawarachi. And that name means like he's got a gill net on him. So like that throat pouch is a net. Jawarachi. Jawarachi. Dua dog. Jawarachi. Dua dog. We decided that this was the best answer.
Shurak.
Shurak.
Because this doesn't necessarily mean in the ocean or on the beach. It can mean around the ocean, the beach, the coast. I don't actually know where they go to sleep. I feel like they like sit on the water and sleep. I have no idea because I don't know that much about Jawarachi. I only ever see them right around the water. So I think it's a safe bet to say Jawarachi, Shurak, Dak, right? That's the nice thing, these Shurak, Motiwak, Bulak, they can mean in the house, in the ocean, in the woods, but they can also mean around there, near there. It's a general at, in, on, around sort of a meaning. So it doesn't have to be super, super precise. Okay. All right, here's where we have our little guessing game, and I'm just going to tell you, Zoom's being weird and telling me we have 2.5 minutes because I don't have the super premium whatever, which I'm supposed to have. So if it cuts us off, I can send a new link and we can wrap up and have questions, okay? So just be warned if that happens. Okay, so this is where we try to remember the answer instead of just letting the computer tell us. Hashak, duwadak. Anyone want to venture?
Walk.
Oh yeah.
Matiwak. Matiwak.
Motiwak. Yeah, that's right. Jawarachi. These are not in the same order. Duwadak. Anybody have thoughts?
Madiwak.
Let's see. Oh,
Shurak.
Shurak.
Shurak, right? Pet, duwadak.
The cat lives in a house.
Yeah.
Volak.
Vola.
Volak.
Volak, right? Yeah. Not like those bigger cats that live out there, Maltiwak or something like that. Mimaten, duwadak.
Shurak.
Hmm.
Shurak.
Hey,
Shurak.
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 Maybe in slow on the computer. Soulatluk Virtual
Madiwak.
Okay, let's see.
Another one.
Matiwak.
Another one.
Matiwak.
Okay, Motiwak. Suck. Duwadak.
Shurak. Shurak.
Hey, Shurak.
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 Wiyot Duwadak.
Volak. Volak. Volak.
Volak.
Volak.
Volak.
Hey. Okay, so this is just my little summary here, okay? So Wiyot, cat. Soulatluk, dog. I'm just reminding us, we've come full circle. This is what we've learned today, right?
Yes.
That the Wiyots and the cat live in the house. Soulatluk, dog. Or maybe even if you're outdoor, if your cat or your dog is outdoors, but they stay around your house and in your yard, you could still say soulatluk, right? Because it's in or around or at the house. Okay. Wiyots, and in my case, Wiyots, cat. That's my Wiyots and my cat. And it is very true. Soulatluk, dog. They live in the house. Okay. And we learned that Soulatluk, 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 dog, right? They live in the forest. Now I have seen videos online of Soulatluk and of Soulatluk living Soulatluk, but I think that's unusual. Soulatluk, dog. They usually live in the forest. And we learned that Sap, Mimaten, and Jawarachi, Soulatluk, dog. They live at, in, on, near the ocean or the beach or the coast. Okay. Whew. All right. So before I just say Gisha, I know I've overwhelmed you with a bunch of stuff. Did you have any questions, Diane?
Can you pronounce crab again? I'm not.
Yeah, it's hard. Sup. So, you know, there's like sup, like in supper, to sup, like to eat.
Shop.
You can say sup, regular S, and then you say sh, sup,
Shop.
sup, yeah,
Sup.
yeah.
I understand.
So the sup part of it is the same as an English supper. Then you just gotta stick that sh on the end, and that's the challenge. Sup. Mhm. Hopefully, let's see. I wonder if I can just pull up that sound file, and I wonder if it'll be easier to hear. I don't know if it'll be any easier. You even hear that? Let me get this on the right audio. For whatever reason, it wants to play on something different. See if you can hear this. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the same audio file that I have embedded in the PowerPoint and with the QR that you can scan. It just may not have come through that great trying to do it in PowerPoint. But yeah, sup.
Sup.
It's tricky. Oh, sorry, I went too far. Anything else? You're welcome to ask me about anything right from the beginning of this. Whatever I might not have been super clear about. We've been sort of doing this steady progression with the kids at Soulatluk. So some of this is, you know, our second or third time through it. So I don't want to rush you.
Okay, I have a question.
Hmm.
For Soulatluk, why is part of the word blue and part of it not blue?
Oh, wait, you cut off a little bit, but why is it different colors in Soulatluk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So all I was doing there is just trying to separate that ok, because that's the part that means at, in, on, around. And notice, and just for you to notice that it's on all three of those words. Soulatluk, at the beach in the ocean. Soulatluk, sometimes there's a W if they need it between vowels. Soulatluk, it's in the forest, and then Soulatluk, right? It's in the house. So that the ok is the part of it that tells you in, at, on, around a place. So if we go back Pew, pew, pew. Wool, so the ak is on here. The wool part means house or mool, either way. We didn't do that as its own separate vocabulary word today because we were talking about places, you know, answering where. But that's to separate the wool part that means house, ak, in, at, on, around. It's a little bit more complicated with these two because the walk does mean in, on, at, around. The moti, if we said it by itself, it would have a little at the end. So it would be moti, moti, but that goes away when you stick an ending on it. Moti, that's just tree or forest or wood. Moti. And then same thing here, slightly more complicated. Ocean or beach or coast is almost the same as shore. You just stick a little stop in there and say shore, shore. That's your ocean, your beach, your coast. So yeah, I was just trying to do kind of color coding to make it a little bit more visible, the little pieces. And that ak part is the part that tells you, oh, in a place, on a place, at, around, near, all those sorts of things. Oh, very good question. Okay. Anything else? I have a question for Diane.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So if you're available next week, we're doing back-to-back weeks just because Nina and I had to travel last week, so we couldn't do it, you know, 1 week on, 1 week off as usual. We were busy going to a symposium in Arizona. So we're doing it again, same time, same day next week. If you were able to join us and wanted to, I would want to ask for your sort of questions, requests. Do you want more along these lines? Do you want something totally different? Yeah.
I'll go with whatever you have planned.
Okay, so what we've been doing is kind of adapting a lot of the times, unless, you know, sometimes like an event or something comes up and it's really cool to share some language right around something that's happening right now. But apart from that, what we have been doing lately is adapting some of the content that we're teaching at Table Bluff with the youth group, and just making that more, you know, so that it'll fit, so it'll make sense in a kind of an online and so far all adults class. It's not required to be all adults. A kid, you know, kids could come do this, join us, but they haven't so far. So just kind of adapting, because Nina and I will have things where we are like throwing balls in a bin or something, or jumping around, and that's not really something we can do online. So we adapt and maybe tweak the content a little bit, but follow loosely what's going on there. So if we keep doing that, it would be something probably related to this, but not exactly the same, but you would get a little bit of this overlap. So if that sounds good, we can do that.
You can plan to do whatever works for you.
I mean, this is, you know, this is for you. This is definitely not for me or for Nina. It's for the community. So
I do have you on the calendar because I'm finally settled.
Okay. And the regular link that's in there, that bit.ly link, should work next time. I just wasn't thinking ahead to think, oh yeah, Marnie's going to be tied up and I can't go running to her to get her to turn her computer on. She's usually the host. So that's why I had to kind of wing it today and do my own little meeting, but it should be the regular one next week. And if not, I can remind you, I can update that before the day.
Okay.
Yay. Well, in that case, I'm very excited to have you with us today. It's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, I hope everything's settling down a little bit. Moves are hard. Let's see. So this is our little SpongeBob. We're trying not to get in trouble so far. They haven't caught us. That's the only image I could find easily online of somebody doing this. Geisha. That's all. Geisha. Enough. Geisha. That's all.
Yeah.
Doing that gesture. I tried every which way. And then what we say at the very end, we say,
Chawaksh.
Jawash. Jawash.